Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've got the finals for you guys of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Let's just get things started up. So how you all doing? Hope you're doing okay. Like I say, round 10, the finals tonight. The CHewitt Racing. It's been a good season. We've got a joint lobby again tonight. So pros and pro-ams running again. Let's have a quick look through the room, see who we've got in. Got Dan KBL, Potomac Pot, myself. Oh, stop it. Pajonski. People all over the place. Qualifying's already started. Graham Reeds. Luke Doherty, Carter Boy, Thunder Rats, Simon O'Neill, Ollie O'Neill, father and son, brother and... is it? Father and son, Simon, yes it is it? I believe so. Potomac Pot we've spoken about, PAV 46, Nugs 01, Blackwell 411, Quinn B 5205, don't know who he is. So, a full lobby tonight. Let's get on track. So we are from Tsukuba Circuit tonight. It's a short little track. It'll be some crazy racing. There's not a lot to it. Let's get some gubbins up. So we're in. Let's go and have a look at first man on track. So just come round to complete a lap then. Luke Doherty comes across and puts in a 1012. So let's go for a quick onboard lap with Luke Doherty. Round first turn. Down this little kink section. I have got a map but I can't read it very well. It's in black and white but not the way you think. It's white and black rather than black and white in that respect. So around the first of the hairpins, down toward this 90-degree right, under the bridge, and through ATR, I believe that's ATR, down towards the second hairpin. And along the back straight, longest straight of this track. See a few overtakes going on down here. So with the two different classes, we've got two different power ratios. We've got the pros running 220 brake horsepower and the cars are 1050 kilos. The pro-ams are running 150 brake horsepower, same weight car, 1050 kilos. Let's come out of that view, have a plug my keyboard in. Yes, he has. So Luke Doherty not in first place anymore. PAV 46 then, he's put in a 1 minute 0.8. Closely followed by Carter Boy. Picked himself up a big old penalty though. He's going at 1 minute 9. Slowing right down now, dropping that penalty. Simon O'Neill third at the minute. Just going a little bit quicker then. 1 minute 0.8. Up into second. Just taking out Carter Boy then, pushing him down a spot. Dan, he's on a 1010. Potomac Pot is on a 1011. Big Z 1011. Blackwell, or Zach Blackwell, on a 1011 as well. So it's a short little track. Luke Doherty just chucking himself back onto pole then with a 1 minute 6. 1 minute 0.6. He's gone quicker as well, another 1 minute 0.6 is there. PAV as well, 1 minute 0.7. So a few tenths being shaved off. So what have we done with that? Let me see if I can. Simon O'Neill going quicker again, 1 minute 6, back up into second. Current scores up for you guys. So, leading the way at the minute. Where's he gone? Is this man here, Potomac Pot. He is currently on, just zoom in a little bit on there, he's currently on 288 points. Closest rival is Pav 46, he's on 248 points. Pav, there's Pav 46, yeah, so 248 for Pav. Ollie O'Neill in third position, he's on 243, so all to play for between Pav and Ollie. Chris Cutler in fourth, NGR Cutler, he's on 227 points. Blackwell 411, he's on 204 points. Simon O'Neill, he's on 100. Sorry, I missed Carter Boy out. Carter Boy in sixth, sorry. He's on 189. Simon O'Neill on 186 in seventh. Luke Doherty 8th with 180 points. Big C in 9th with 172 points. Weiss with 115 in 10th. Just drop down to the lower drivers. 11th downwards. We've got Danby KBL. He's on 95 points in 11th. Star Wars 22, not racing, I don't think anymore, 54 points for him. Same with Burnt Fry, not racing anymore, 52 points. Conrad also out, 47 points. G not in, 21 points. And Prosser not in also. So those boys not racing, it's only really, who is it, Dan KBL who's part of the pros. So that's the pro stand-ins. Let me just pull up the pro AMs as well, being as we've got those in the room. That's not pro AMs. Where is he? Here he is. Thunderrat is leading the way for the pro AMs. He is on 342 points. So a good old lead over second place Graham Reeds on 298 points. 225 points in third for Pro Ams is Boumilar. I don't know if Boumilar's in tonight. No Boumilar. So he's sitting in third. 225 points. In fourth is Boonsy Bob, also not able to make it tonight. He's on 181 points. It does say Zach Blackwell in fifth, but he's been promoted up to pros, so can't count him out. NGR Happy also not in the lobby. 60 points. Full Killer seventh, also again not in the lobby. 43 points. Pajonski, new driver to this league. Good first couple of races, he's only joined it last week. He's chucked himself up into 8th though, he's on 41 points. Dan also in 9th, Dan KBL also promoted up to pros. Anthony Hunt out of this league, he's on 31 points. Is it even worth reading the guys at the bottom? No, because they're all not racing anymore, so it's just going to waste my time and forget them. Let's go and have a look at some times again then, because it's all swapped about while I've been looking at scores. Cutler now fastest on track with a 1 minute .5. Doherty 1 minute .5 as well. Checking those tyres out. A little bit of glitching from Blackwell there. Disconcerting for Dan, not quite know where his car is. He might not actually be able to see it. There you go, change camera, it all looks fine. Amazing. So Dan's chucked himself up into third then. Times he put in a 1 minute .5 as well. Carter Boy at fourth, 1 minute .6. So still 5 minutes left of this quali. Simon O'Neill in fifth, 1 minute .6. Pav in sixth with 1 minute .6. Big C sitting the end of quali out as per usual. gone 1:06 as well. Sitting in 8th currently. Zach Blackwell 411, 1:01.0. Ollie O'Neill in 10th, 1:01.1 as well for Ollie. And then we jump down to the Pro-Ams. So Thunderat leading the way at the minute with a 1:03.3. Graham Reeds with a 1:03.5 for second for Pro-Ams. Nugs in third, he's on a 1:04.7. Quinn, new driver tonight, 1:04.9. Looks like he's got Harlan Quinn livery as well. Get it? Harlan Quinn. Alright. Best I've got. And yeah, new driver Bajonski from last week. Doing alright. We'll see how he gets on tonight. Cutler actually racing the CHewitt Racing livery there. Big shout out to CHewitt Racing. Go check him out. I forgot to post it all up today before the race. I didn't forget, just didn't get time. One thing and another, you know how it is. So Pav's then put in an even quicker lap, 1:05, chucked himself up into third, pushes Dan down a spot. So we have actually got 3 races for you guys tonight. We've got 2 races at Tsukuba, and then we've got a 3rd race from Brands Hatch, is it? Tsukuba? I can't even remember. Too many going on. It's the replay of the race that got ended early due to connection issues at the beginning of the season. Let me just see if I can pull that data up. I need to go way back. So, did I finish going through Pro-Ams? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, just about 2 minutes left of quali. Cutler retains pole position at the minute. He's all out on his own in quali as well. No one to give him a tow, but no one to get a tow off of him either. Stick with him. He's down into second now. Simon O'Neill's put in a quick time. Simon O'Neill at 1:03. So shaving another 2/10 off Cutler's time there. Looks just in the grass at the side of the track. Cutler will be wondering where he found those 2/10. So that pushes everybody down a spot. Potter and Pav just staying out of the way. Let Dan through by the look of it. Let's see if Dan can put in another quick time. He's down at the minute by about half a second. So he's back straight then. Let's get a bit of a tow off Zach. Bit too far in front. Let's see what Dan's got then as we come to the end of quali. Just 30 seconds left. So he is way down on that one then, 1:01.3. So let's have another quick run through. Like I say, they're only going to get this one lap in. Simon O'Neill then, still holding that pole position, 1:03. 2/10 over Cutler. Cutler having to make his way through some traffic now. Just compromise this last lap of his. And this will be his last lap as well. So Simon O'Neill will be the first man to finish the qualifying session. Doesn't manage to go any quicker on that lap, so holds quali pole position. Does Cutler go any quicker? No, he doesn't. 1:05, and then a driftathon at the end there. So he's going to start ghosting out now then, Cutler. set the grid order, get race 1 underway. So Pav going quicker then, chucked himself back into third. Straight to the race. Doherty 4th, Dan KBO in 5th, Carter Boy 6th, Potter 7th, Big Z 8th, Early O'Neill 9th, Blackwell 411 in 10th, and I didn't get to see the rest. No 1 second wait, Luke, that's pretty much it. Get yourself in. So good to see so many cars on the grid tonight. Simon O'Neill in pole then, Cutler 2nd, Pav 3rd, Luke in 4th, Dan 5th, Carter Boy 6th, Potter in 7th, Big Z 8th. Let's just wait for these lights to drop. It's not a bad view actually tonight, PlayStation, well done. So looking like everyone got it away pretty well. Ali O'Neill then in 9th, Blackwell in 10th. Pajonsky then taking the lead for the Pro-Ams. Let's just watch them around this first lap, see what happens. Cutler already putting the pressure on Simon O'Neill then through this first little section down towards hairpin 1. So just go a little bit defensive for the moves of Pav already. Some good shots through Tsukuba Circuit then. You can see the Pro Boys just starting to make a bit of a break from the Pro-Ams. It's down to the different power ratios running in the 2 classes. So this is where you might see Cutler going for a move. Like I say, he's got to be a little bit careful of the attacks from Pav behind. Into this first turn, Cutler tries to chuck it down the inside. Simon O'Neill holds on to it. So they round at lap 1 then, as they were. Simon O'Neill holds pole position. P1. Cutler now going down the inside of the hairpin. A little bit of a nudge down the inside, pushing Simon O'Neill wide. Pav 46. Looks like he's slipped down the middle. Pav then chucking himself up into 2nd. Cutler's dropped back then after the little bit of contact between himself and Simon. Losing positions and coming under threat from Potter McPot now as well. Carter Boy almost off track behind them. Back on now. So Potter McPot up into 5th then, Dan in 6th as they head down towards hairpin 2. So Carter Boy in 7th then. Big Z in 8th, Ollie O'Neill 9th, still quite tightly packed. Zach Blackwell in 10th, and then into the Pro-Ams. Graham Reed's up into top spot for the Pro-Ams. Thunderat in 2nd, Pajonsky 3rd, and Quinn in 4th. Looks like we have lost the driver. Oh, contact between Pav. Contact between Pav and Simon O'Neill. Looked like Carter Boy got clipped in there as well. That allows Luke Doherty up into top spot. So he's now got to fend off this pack of 6 other minis behind him. Might even be 7. So NGR Cutler then back up into 2nd, being pressured by Dan KBL though as they head down into the hairpin, followed through by Carter Boy. Oh, Dan's run himself a bit wide though. He's going to lose time and positions here. Carter Boy getting through. Now putting the pressure on Pot, who snuck himself up into 2nd. So he's coming under attack from Carter Boy and Dan KBL now. Oh, Dan KBL's run off track. He's smashed into the wall. Where's he gone? He's back on track. He's just going to have to be overtaken by Simon O'Neill and Pav, who were involved in that lap 2 incident, lap 3 incident. So out front then, Luke Doherty starts to pull a 2.1 second lead from the battle behind. Carter Boy up into 2nd, has managed to get himself past Potter McPot. Cutler back up into 4th then. Oh, Ollie O'Neill's run wide, he's managed to keep it straight. Back on track, but drops a couple of positions down into 7th then for Ollie. stretch out a little bit. Doherty pulling more time, another 2/10 through that lap. And then it goes Carter Boy, Potter McPott, NGR Cutler. These three start to make a little bit of a break. Potter and Cutler going from door-to-door action down the start-finish straight. Potter McPott managing to fend Cutler off though. Zach's now up into 5th. He's got Bigsy right on his tail though as they head into the first of the hairpins. He's running himself a little bit wide through there, Zach. That allows Bigsy to close up on him. So can Bigsy get a run down into hairpin 2? He's got to stick tightly to the tail of Zach. He's doing just that. Does he make a move down the inside? No, he doesn't. He's just had to watch his braking on the way in there, so he didn't clatter into the back of Zach by the look of it. Well done, he didn't do that. Ollie O'Neill then closing up on those two as well. And Simon O'Neill after that off-track action in 8th. Behind we've got Dan and Pav going for it around the last turn as well. Dan's just won out there, Pav just slotting in behind. Might have got the inside line. He goes for a little bit of a move down into the first turn. Dan holds on to it though. Pav 46 in 10th. So drop back down to the Pro-Ams. Got Graham Reed still holding the top spot in 11th. He's got Thunderat and Pajonski closing right up on him now. So these three looking like they're going to have a bit of a fight. So 9 minutes remaining on the clock, plenty of action so far. Pajonski in 3rd for Pro-Ams. Thunderat just running a bit wide there. Nowhere to go for Pajonski though. Will he make a move down into the hairpin? Thunderat's cutting as much of the track as possible. No for Pajonski. Decides to stick with Thunderat. Might go for a move up this back straight. So, rear view with Pajonski as we're looking forward towards Thunderat and Graham Reeds. These cars, like I say, running a slightly less power. So, around turn 1, as it was, Graham Reeds out front, Thunderat in 2nd for Pro-Ams, Pajonski 3rd. Quinn B's way off now, he's 23.8 seconds back. Go and have a quick look, he's just coming around that final turn now. So back on board with Pajonski. These three still fighting it out. You can see how much of that track Thunderat's cutting around that last couple of turns. Going for a little bit of a move on Graham Reeds. Pajonski's run himself a bit deep through there, maybe to get the cut back, try and get the extra speed down here. He's dropped off the back of Thunderat a little bit. Quinn saying he's done. So it might just be a three-way fight for... it is just a three-way fight for the Pro-Ams then. Let's get back on board with the pros. Luke Doherty then, another 2/10, 2.5 seconds. He's now got over closest rival Carter Boy. Carter Boy's pulled 1.6 over Potter McPott as well. So the field's starting to stretch out now. There's a bit of a fight kicking off behind though. We've got Bigsy, Cutler, Simon O'Neill, Ollie O'Neill. Ollie O'Neill's a little bit far off the back. And then he's got Pav and Dan. Who else is that? It's Zach Blackwell as well. So two little punch-ups happening here. Four-way fight for 6th. Yeah. They're going for a move down the inside, through past Ollie O'Neill, then up to the front of that little fight. Then Pav. Zach in 8th, Dan in 9th. A lot between these drivers at the minute. Luke still made a break out front. That gap has been reduced a little bit. So still 2.5, 2.4 now. Carter Boy just taking a 10th out of him on that lap. Pot though, he's 2.2 seconds back now. Holding some damage on the rear of that Mini. Cutler up into fourth. Being hounded by Bigsy though around this final turn. Puts himself a little bit wide. Bigsy's got the running it down into turn one though. He's just had to back out and allow Cutler to keep that position. He's coming under pressure himself from Simon O'Neill behind. Pav 46 then managed to make a bit of a break from the fight he was having behind. Now catching up with this fight in front. Cutler then running himself a bit wide. He's back on track though. Holds on to that fourth just. Simon O'Neill, Bigsy, Cutler and Pav then. Another four-way fight kicking off. Zach Blackwell and Dan slowly closing up on these two as well. Cutler and Bigsy running a bit wide through there. Simon O'Neill getting back through. Side by side with Bigsy. Down the inside line. Bigsy's got the toe though. Simon O'Neill holds it. Can Pav follow him through? He's got to stick to the tail of Simon O'Neill then. Getting a bit hectic here at Tsukuba Circuit. Pav then going for a move down the inside, holds that line tight, trying to get down the inside of Simon O'Neill. Doesn't get it done, but he does get himself down inside NGR Bigsy. Gets himself up to 6th now for Pav. Bigsy now at the back of that pack. As I say, Dan slowly closed up on these four as well as Zach Blackwell. Ollie O'Neill not far off this lot now as well. Drivers starting to get a bit feisty. So Pro-Am's Graham Reed's Thunder Rat battling it out for top spot. Thunder Rat's run himself a little bit wide. Graham Reed's back through, then up into first position for Pro-Am's. Thunder Rat second. Johnsky now been dropped from that fight. He's now 4.4 seconds back. All drivers racing on the medium tyres in race 1. No fuel or tyre wear. Doesn't all change for race 2 though. I've got a third race for you guys, which is the race we got cancelled, or we all got ejected out of at the beginning of the season, and that will be after race 2 tonight. So Luke Doherty then extending his lead, 3.5 seconds. Carter Boy unable to make any kind of dent in that time, just lost a 10th after 10th, lap after lap. Potter also done pretty much the same thing. He's down to 3.7 second gap between himself and Carter Boy. Got a similar gap between himself and Simon O'Neill. This is where the action is. Simon O'Neill, Pav, Dan KBL, Cutler. A bit of a gap developed there. Cutler, Bigsy, Ollie O'Neill, Zach Blackwell. So all the bottom 7 drivers still having a good old tussle here at Tsukuba. Starting to stretch out a little bit. So can Pav get his way up any more positions? It's just over 2 minutes remaining. Pav coming from the back of the pack, as did Simon actually after lap 2, lap 3 incident. So having a really good race, the pair of them. Pav just having to go a little bit defensive from Dan then. Dan looking to get a bit bitey at the end. Looking to come through on Pav. He's got a good toe as well. He's going to be right on him. Does he make a move down the inside? He goes for a little bit of a look. Pav carry the speed, he cuts across the nose of Dan. Oh, Pot getting something wrong. He's now down in 6th position, running a bit slow. He's going to come under pressure from the other drivers. Looks like he's got turn 1 all wrong. He's clattered into Cutler through turn 1. Cutler's clattered into Bigsy. So Potter now getting inveigled with the fight here. Again, still a bit of contact between Cutler and Potter. Potter holds on to 6th then, Cutler 7th, Bigsy 8th, Zach 9th, Ollie O'Neill in 10th. So that promotes Simon O'Neill up into 3rd. He He's coming under pressure from Pav and Dan though. Just under a minute left on the clock, so they will get around this final turn and start another lap. And that will become it. So can Simon O'Neill fend off these two for another lap and hold on to third position, get himself up on the podium? Wait and see, can Pav make a move? He's slowly closing in, starting to make a bit of a break from Dan. Just being dropped from that pair now. Luke Doherty in the meantime, 4.4 second lead. So halfway around this track already then for Luke. Carter Boy in second, he'll be happy with his podium as long as he doesn't do a Potomac pot and chuck it all away. Simon O'Neill then coming under increased pressure for that podium position. About 46, nearly pushing him around those corners, trying to stick as closely as possible to make a move. Will he make a move here? If he gets it wrong here, it'll slow him down up the straight, so will he just try and get the toe up the straight? So on board with Pav then. Doherty has crossed the line to take first place, Carter Boy second. Looks like Simon O'Neill's going to hold on to this third place. It does. Pav 46 comes home in fourth, then Dan in fifth. Potomac Pot handbraking across the line for sixth. Bigsy seventh in the end, Cutler eighth. Zach in ninth. Ollie O'Neill 10th. And we'll just wait for that screen to come back up. So yeah, nice clean race there for Luke Doherty, getting himself out front. We've got drivers going all over the place. Right, let's have another look at those results. So Luke Doherty taking the win in race 1, Carter Boy second, Simon O'Neill third, he'll be happy with that. Pav 46 in fourth, not a bad position, himself and Simon. Like I say, after their off-track action at the beginning of the race. Dan in fifth, Potomac Pot sixth, Bigsy seventh, Cutler eighth, Zach in ninth, Ollie O'Neill 10th. And then we drop down to the Pro-Ams. We've got Thunder Rat taking the win, Graham Reed second, Bajonski third, Quinn dropping out, and Nugs. I don't even know if I saw him on the start line. I think he was there. It didn't last long. Let's have a look. So, Cutler started the final. Nugs saying thanks, Quinn. And then, yeah, I don't see anyone leaving the room. They're both here. Stu, how you doing, mate? How's you getting on? Duco, how you doing, brother? Still got 2 races for you guys. We just had race 1. Luke Doherty taking the win. I forget already. Oh, Carter Boy second. Why did I think I knew Simon O'Neill got podium? For some reason I had him in my head in second, but no, Carter Boy. Pot having the mare though. He was in third. He got the final turn wrong by the look of it. And down the start finish straight, he just dropped himself back down to 6th. So not a great race for Potter. Like I say, Luke Doherty will be happy with that. I think his rig was in pieces earlier. He's just rebuilt it. So, brown fizzy pop time. There he is, Luke Doherty. Nice win there, Mr. Luke Doherty band. So, settings for race 2. What have we got? Tyre wear times 10. Fuel depletion times 5. They don't start with a full tank. The pit stops will occur during this race. It is a half-hour race. They can use any time between racing super softs and racing hards. Super softs aren't going to last very long around here, I guarantee it. Come on, Ollie, don't mess about. looks like we're cracking on with race 2 then, pretty damn quick, just because we've got 3 races. So we are replaying one of the races from earlier on in the season after this race that we all got oofed out of. It was on the last lap. So Ollie not happy at all. Deciding he's not going to finish the final 2 races. He's left the lobby. It's a bit of a shame, especially on finals night. What's Luke got to say? I'm going to have to run for a pee before the race again. It seemed to work. Nice. That's going to be your good luck mantra kind of thing before your race. Touch your head 3 times, do a twizzle, go toilet. Got back in time. That's not to change. Oh, that's not to change. Oh, okay. Well, let's have it, Mr. Luke Doherty Wales. Mr. Luke Doherty Band. So it's going to be reverse grid for race 2. We are going to keep it with the pros at the front. It will still be reverse grid for pros and reverse grid for pro-ams, but we're just going to keep the pro boys at the front to save any carnage through turn 1. You can imagine the faster drivers getting a good old run from the back down the start-finish straight and just getting involved in too much ag in turn 1 with the pro-ams. So put the pros up front and let them get away, then they can fight it out versus the pro-ams fighting it out on their own. Into turn 1. Like I say, it's been a really good season, this one. Has dropped numbers again at the end of the season, which is a bit of a shame. Should bring in some kind of, you know, if you don't do X amount of races, see you later. I don't know if there might be a rule like that. You know, if you don't stick it out for X amount of races, bosh, you're not coming back. See if the sheer liveried Mini can do anything in race 2. So Blackwell 411 or Zach Blackwell, and where's the other driver? There he is in 8th. This man here, Dan KBL or Dan Butcher Lord. Both of these drivers race in the Mini Challenge UK series. So real world Mini drivers, actual race drivers, racing with us paupers who can only afford plastic cars with pretend race bits on them. We have to pretend. So big shout out to my latest 3 subscribers, whoever you are. Doesn't show me all the time. I think you guys have to have your account set on public or something to show me who it actually is. But yeah, thank you to the last 3 from my 400 to now. I've got 403. Thank you. I'm looking at more merch. I'm looking at t-shirts at the minute. Tell your mates, tell your mum on stuff. chat. Are we given a time? I don't think so, not yet. So it's good to see Nug sticking around for race 2. I think I saw Quinn as well sticking around for race 2. Let's hope they have a better... Is he in the room? Not at the minute. Not currently for Quinn. So we are into race 2 then. Half an hour, reverse grid, tyre wear and fuel depletion is on. No, we haven't got cones in the track. It just looks like it. So, reverse grid race, Zach Blackwell holds pole position. NGR Cutler second, Bigsy third, Potter fourth. Dan 5th, Pav in 6th, Simon O'Neill 7th, Carter Boy 8th, Luke Doherty in 9th. We lose Ollie O'Neill for this one. So revs up, the lights are still red, they're off. Everyone getting away well again, nobody's stuck on the grid. Cutler's got a good run though. He's side by side with Zach Blackwell into turn 1. He's got the inside line as well, so puts himself up into first position. Runs himself a bit wide though. Zach Blackwell tries to come back at him but can't. Bigsy's then trying to make a move down the inside. Might be able to follow Cutler through here. It doesn't. Potomac Pot though coming out of nowhere. It's 4 wide through the exit of the first hairpin. Bigsy then making his way up into top spot. Potomac Pot getting into second. Cutler then pushed down into third. So Dan 4th, Carter Boy 5th, still jostling for position as they come into hairpin 2. Blackwell 4-1 in 6th. Pav just getting down the inside of Simon O'Neill through the hairpin there, 7th. Simon in 8th, but he's coming under pressure from race 1 winner Luke Doherty. Goes for the switch back down the outside. Give it a slightly different run through the corner to get the run out. Able to benefit for that one. So then down to the Pro-Ams. Nug's currently leading the way. Graham Reed's in 2nd or 11th. Thunderrat 3rd in Pro-Ams. Pajonski in 4th. Yeah, so we didn't see Quinn for race 2. That's a shame. Bigsy then holding out in the pros. Out front by just over a second at the minute. Currently running on the racing softs. Cutler's now got himself up into 2nd. He's on the super softs. Dan's also got himself up into 3rd. Got himself past Potter. He's on the softs. And Potter Pot's on a set of racing mediums, so doing well to stick with this lot at the minute. Carter Boy pretty close behind him, out on the softs as well. 46 in 6th. Being hounded by Zach Blackwell as they come that back straight. Just keeps it in 6th. Blackwell not able to do anything through there. Carter Boy right on Potter's tail though as they head down into turn 1. Potter going defensive. So we jump down to the Pro-Ams. Top 3 still together. Nugs, Graham Reeds and Pajonski battling it out. Sorry. Nugs, Graham Reeds and Thunderrat battling it out. Pajonski's been dropped from that pack. He's now 5 seconds down. So he's struggling in race 2 already for Pajonski. He's on the soft tyre versus Thunderrat. He's also on the soft tyre. Nugs soft and oh, they've got the softs on the front and super softs on the rear. That's a nice sneaky little move. Same for Nugs, he's done the same thing. Thunderrat not though, racing softs front and rear. Same for Pajonski. Thunderrat looking to make a move for that 2nd position in pros. Pro-Ams. He's got the inside line into the final turn. inside of Nugs, then takes that position. Let's go and see what's happening at the front of Pros. Bigsy and Cutler side by side, then coming through the squiggles towards hairpin 2. Cutler got the inside line, late break in. Dan's managed to shove himself down the inside. Can Bigsy hold on to that? Has he got the line? Yes, he does. Dan's going to run him side by side though. Oh, Carter Boy trying to shove himself down the middle there, nearly 3 wide going through that little kink there. Bigsy holding it onto second by the skin of his teeth at the minute. Dan KBL trying to get in the slipstream. He does just do that. He's had to have a little battle with Carter Boy for that though. So those 3 bumper to bumper as they come through this final turn. Bigsy's run himself a bit wide through there. That allows Dan through. Dan up into second. He's going to have the line into the first turn. So Bigsy now third, Carter Boy fourth. Potter up into 5th position. Simon O'Neill right on his tail. Luke Doherty's got himself up into 9th from the back of the back. Oh, Dan's run himself wide through that first turn. So all that work that Dan's done up into 2nd position. He's now down in 9th. Just getting that first turn all wrong there for Dan. He'll be swearing in that blue Mini. So Graham Reed's pulled a bit of a gap in the Pro-Ams. What's he got? 3.2 seconds over 2nd place Thunderrat. Thunderrat and Nug still battling it out quite well. Not sure what's happened here, but these 2 have been dropped by Graham Reed's. So now Pajonski to slowly close that gap as well. Something to aim for now. It was about 4.5 seconds. He's now got it down to just over 2.5. So back up to the Pros. Cutler then pulling a gap. 1.9 seconds from Carter Boy now. The fastest lap of the race there for Cutler. 1:01.1. So racing super soft starting to come into play then, able to pull those times out from Carter Boy in 2nd. He's out on a set of racing softs. Bigsy in 3rd, been dropped a little bit. So he's absolutely devastated that those set of racing softs to try and hold on to that 3rd. We look at those versus Carter Boy's softs or even Cutler's racing super softs. He has absolutely battered those. They're not going to last him more than 2 more laps. Potter in the meantime behind. He's having to go a little bit defensive from Simon O'Neill. He's rocking on the racing mediums. Simon O'Neill then on those softs starting to look a little bit worn out as well. Unable to get past Potter. He's now looking to run down the inside. Side by side with Potter. Can Potter block him off this time? No, side by side with off track then for Potter McPot. So a little bit of contact between himself and Simon there. So Potter now way off the pace, 1.2 seconds back at the minute. Last place for for Pros. Medium's still got quite a bit of wear left on them though. Let's see what he can do with that. A little bit miffed. He was doing well to hold on to 4th position with that set of racing mediums. So big gap developed then between 2nd place and 3rd. 4.3 seconds. Carter Boy and NGR Cutler then starting to make a bit of a break. These guys behind still fighting it out. Simon, Luke, Bigsy. Oh, Bigsy's in the pits this lap then. Yeah, those tyres absolutely devastated now. So first of the pit stops for NGR Bigsy. Field starting to stretch out now. Potter McPotts still a little way off the pace at the back here. Closer back up on Zackwell in 6th. Then has managed to extend his gap from Carter Boy, 2.5. It was at 1.8, so Carter Boy getting it a little bit wrong somewhere. Yeah, he's dropped a bit of time to Simon O'Neill in 3rd. Doherty, race 1 winner in 4th. Coming under pressure from Pav though. Pot now in the pits, going to take those racing mediums off. Cutler in the meantime extends his gap 2.8 seconds up front, still holds on to that fastest lap as well. So the action dying off a little bit for a minute. Spreads out, still got 20 minutes left. We'll all come back together, come close to the end of the race. Luke Doherty and Pav still fighting it out for 4th. Cutler then, race leader in the pits. Carter Boy from 2nd in the pits. Simon O'Neill, he's also in the pits. Pav's come in. Who's that running slowly? Luke Doherty. What's happened to Luke? Not sure what's happening there. I think he was trying to come in the pits and it's not letting him for some reason. Maybe left it a little bit too late. So Luke Doherty having to stop out, but he's still got a pit stop to make, and he was slow around that final turn, looking to try and get in the pits. It wouldn't let him, so he's had to pick up the pace again, and he's now a lap down from race leader NGR Cutler, and a pit stop to go. Zach Blackwell, or Blackwell 411, current race leader, yet to pit on the racing mediums. Looking to run a similar strategy to Potomac Pot before his incident. He's got 9.2 seconds over NGR Cutler. So Big Z is easily going to get past Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty needs to think about getting himself across track, not be side by side. Here we go. So into the pits now then for Luke Doherty. Yeah, looks like you've got to come in on the inside of that little barrier marking thing. So we should see. Let's see if Zach Blackwell comes in this lap. He's lost a bit of time to Cutler. Good 2 seconds there. So he's not going to be able to hold that P1 position when he comes in. Losing another half a second. 6.9 seconds the gap between himself and Cutler. Cutler taking all sorts of chunks out of him on those fresh set of racing super softs. So Big Z third has stopped. He's got himself past Carter Boy. Carter Boy trying to get himself back round the inside though. They are side by side of this back straight. So you just see the front end. Oh, Big Z just backing out there. Starting to drop back. Carter Boy back up into third then. Big Z running himself a little bit wide. Not picking up the penalty though. Goes for a bit of an out-braking manoeuvre, clatters into the back end of Carter Boy. That's pushed him wide. It's allowed Simon O'Neill to catch back up. Bigsy then dropping speed to allow Carter Boy back through, but it's allowed Simon O'Neill through as well. So Bigsy then down into 5th. Carter Boy, Simon O'Neill up into 4th then. Oh, Bigsy's run himself a bit wide through there, so losing more time. So race leader Blackwell 411. He's about out of fuel, so we should see him coming now. Dives over to the right hand side of the track. In he comes then. So Cutler's going to retake race lead. Why did that jump to Simon O'Neill? Zach Blackwell instead of Simon. Simon and Carter Boy. So managed to drop NGR Bigsy a little bit. He's got a tiny bit of penalty to lose there as well. So it might come under increased pressure from Pav before you know it. Pav currently sitting in 5th, just lurking a little bit dangerously. Potomac Pot in 6th. So another set of racing mediums for Potter. He's still a bit off the pace, 4.7 seconds, back in front of Zach Blackwell though. He's got himself past Luke Doherty-Wales after his pit incident. So, have we lost? I think we might have lost another pro driver. Down to 9 now, I'm sure we had 10. Sorry, you're down to 8 now. So Cutler back out front, 5 seconds currently, 4.8 over Simon O'Neill. Simon O'Neill though has managed to get away a little bit from Carter Boy. Not directly in attacking position at the minute, Carter Boy. Pav 46 then, already past Bigsy. On a storm at the minute then, Pav. Bigsy's medium starting to look a little bit worn out. You know, Bigsy stopped early, battered his softs. He's not doing much better on the mediums. Sorry Bigsy, don't mean to laugh. Don't like tyres though, my friend. So losing a bit of time to Pav. Can he keep the gap between himself and Potter and Potts? That's 5.4 seconds. There's a lot of work for Potter to do. Blackwell 4-1-1, late stop, so he's out on a fresh set of racing mediums. Halfway through this race then, 7th place for Zach Blackwell. Shouts for Pav from Duco. So Luke Doherty then 8th after his pit glitch. Yeah, I think that's it for... Oh, no, it's not. There's the last... There he is. No, it's not. Where's he gone? 11th. Here he is, Dan KBL, the last of the pro drivers. He's way down the pack at the minute. With the pro-amps to try and get past as well. Shouldn't be too much an effort for him with the extra power he's got. There's nowhere actually to go for him through here at the minute. Able to, oh, he's run himself wide as well, down towards the hairpin, back on track though. So through the last hairpin, can he get the run or the back straight? See him chuck himself in and get one of those racing mediums. And he stays out. Unable to close that gap on Thunderat either. So back up front to race lead. NGR Cutler keeping his 4 point, it was 4.9, it has just dropped a little bit, it's back up to 4.9 now. Keeping that gap pretty consistent between himself and Simon O'Neill in 2nd. Carter Boy then 2 seconds down from Simon now. Simon having a good 2nd race as well. Pav 46, 3.6 seconds down in 4th. Bigsy losing more time. Bigsy coming in the pits for his 2nd stop then. Giving those mediums a battering. Ultimate Pot gets himself up into 5th then. Stop soon though, he's only got just under a quarter of a tank left. Zach Blackwell up into 6th. Doherty 7th. His tyres also starting to look a little worn out. Graham Reed's in 9th, then top of the Pro-Ams. Just coming out of pit lane with a fresh set of racing mediums on. He's gone for just over half a tank as... sorry, that's Bigsy. I thought I was flipped over to Graham Reed's, but Bigsy must have stuck himself out of the pits. So Bigsy come out for a set of mediums. Graham Reed's the top of the Pro-Ams. So sitting in 9th at the minute. A little bit wide through there. Softs on for Graham. He's got just under half a tank as well. Let's see how that gets him. Got just under 12 minutes left. Might have to pit again. So still second in Pro-Ams. Dan KBL. So struggling a little bit tonight, Dan. Race 2 anyway. He got himself off track and down to the back of the pack. He was second position, I think. He got himself up into second. Fired himself off track. And he found himself at the back of the pros. Just struggling to work those racing mediums. They are worn out. So he might decide to chuck himself in the pits this lap. So Podjonski for the Pro-Ams in 12th. 12.5 seconds back from Dan. And then there's another big gap back to Nugs, 8.4 seconds back to Nugs. He's now got the Pro-Am driver Simon O'Neill closing up on him. Cutler's obviously just been passed. So Nugs just staying out of the way as Simon O'Neill comes through. Cutler then extending his race lead, 6.5 seconds now. Starting to run away with race 2 a little bit. Simon O'Neill just getting himself past Nugs there, holding on to second. He's now got 2.5 over Carter Boy. Carter Boy getting shouts out from Andrew Hurd, Ollie O'Neill. Great job with the commentary. Cheers, mate. Always good. Gee, the old git on. I will. Come on, you old git. Where is he? We're on him. He's coming in the pits, look. He's got to rest his knees because he's so old. Cutler's also in the pits. Carter Boy takes race lead. There you go, Andrew Hurd. Carter Boy up front. Good to the miss the last race. The only one out of them that practiced. Oh, get yourself in the lobby because we've still got race to go. Kind of. It's not your lobby though. The race we got kicked out of at the start of the season in the pros. We're racing again after this. So Carter Boy holding race lead. What's he got? 7.6 seconds over Cutler. Cutler just come out on a fresh set of racing softs, half a tank, looking to run till the end of the race by the look of it. 9 minutes left on the clock. So Zach Blackwell holding on to third at the minute. He's got Simon O'Neill putting all sorts of pressure on him. Simon O'Neill just come out on a fresh set of racing soft as well, just over half a tank. So looking to get past Zach Blackwell as quick as possible. Carter Boy in the pits though. Oh, I flicked too far. Cutler retakes, get back up there. Cutler retakes race lead. So the fresh set of softs, half a tank. Zach just going past pit entrance. I would expect Carter Boy to get out before them. No, I'm wrong. So Simon O'Neill gets himself up into second position, just sneaks himself past Zach Blackwell. Zach slots himself into third. But he's got a set of worn out mediums. He's still got plenty of fuel on board, but he's going to lose time now to Carter Boy. Carter Boy going for a set of super soft, going very aggressive at the end then. Let's see if they last him 8 minutes. We'll see, PAV 46 is on a reasonably fresh set of softs. Looks like he's got plenty of fuel on board as well. Currently sitting in 5th for PAV. Nearly 5 seconds back, 4.5 back from 4th place. No, it doesn't. No, I didn't think that. Mark, apologies. Oh, connection issues. Yeah. A few people have had that this season. So Big Z in 6th for pros. He's out on his own at the minute. 4.2 in front to PAV 46 and 5 seconds back to Potter McPott. Losing another position then, back down to 7th. He's obviously had a late stop. Doherty, last of the pros. Got his hazards on as well. Sorry, not last of the pros, that's Dan KBL. He's still running in 10th at the minute. He's managed to get himself past Thunder Rat. Trying to hunt down Graham Reed's then. So Graham Reed's top of Pro-Ams, sitting in 9th at the minute. Be happy if he stays there. So as I say, down the last of the pro drivers. So he has come in and changed those tyres at least. So Thunder Rat second for Pro-Ams, sitting in 11th spot at the minute. Pajonski in 3rd. Or 12th, sorry, on the 12th in the race, but 3rd in his category, division, whatever you want to call it. And then Nugs bringing up the back of this pack, so he's sitting in 13th position. He's way off the pack as well, so 15 seconds down for Nugs. Fresh set of racing softs, maybe going for a fastest lap for Pro-Ams, we'll see. So Cutler then definitely running away with it now. 5.5 seconds left on the clock. He's got 11 seconds lead over Simon O'Neill in 2nd place. Nice. Cheers, dude. Boomilar. That's right. I have suggested a few people sign up to these things, and it obviously works. So, what's happening here? Pajonski's trying to give Simon O'Neill in pros a bit of a run for his money. That won't work. So, Simon O'Neill, no chance of catching NGR Cutler for that first position at the minute. But 2 podiums tonight, I'd be happy with that. So, this Cutler has some kind of dreadful accident. Going to have to hang on to 2nd position. Carter Boy, although saying that, Carter Boy hounding him for that 2nd. Carter Boy is one of the guys battling it out with. Who's that that's running behind him? Pajonski, I thought it was one of those, but it's Carter Boy and Simon O'Neill then battling it out for 2nd position for pros. Very similar tyre wear, so Carter Boy out on the soft. He's closed the gap up on Simon. His tyres will drop off a bit quicker than Simon's. So it'll be interesting to see who wins out in that little fight. Pat 46 then got himself up into 4th, looking to run long on those softs. 3.5 minutes remaining. Zach Blackwell in 5th then. A sheer liveried Mini. So an absolutely devastated set of racing mediums he's running on. He'll be trying to hold on to that 5th position. Biggsy's 6 points. Yeah, kicking off behind. So Bigsy 6.2 back. He's now got Potter McPott and Luke Doherty right on his tail. Potter having to go a little bit defensive. Doherty getting a good run on him. Now Bigsy comes in the pits then. So out of that fight, Potter McPott and Luke Doherty side by side through the final turn. Just winning out at the minute, so two good little battles kicking off in the pros. Doherty holding all sorts of damage on the rear end of his car though. There's paint missing and dents and all sorts. And the front. I've been treating that Mini very well tonight, Luke. So Bigsy back out of the pits then on a fresh set of racing softs. 2.5 minutes remaining. He's now well off the fight between Potter and Luke. Safe from Dan though. Dan's a good 10 seconds back from him. So let's go and see Cutler starting to drag more time out. 11.2 second lead. Simon O'Neill, Carter Boy side by side through the first turn. Carter Boy just taking that 2nd position off of Simon for the time being. Let's see what Simon could do. So on board with Simon then, looking to hunt down Carter Boy. So through this 90-degree right. Kind of let it run through there. A lot of braking, just let it roll through. So down towards the hairpin. hard on the brakes, almost getting entangled with each other. Carter Boy just making a bit of a break, half a second gap over Simon O'Neill now. Will they get this lap and one more in? Carter Boy's run himself a little bit wide through there. Simon O'Neill's hooked a tighter line. Both going a little bit deep through there. So just across the line, 1 minute 10 seconds left. So they should get another lap in after this one. Carter Boy, his tyres starting to cause him issues now. Simon O'Neill's tyres not looking much better though. It's super soft versus softs at the minute. They're both starting to show their flaws. Although Carter Boy is just starting to stretch out a bit more of a lead over Simon O'Neill. So it's looking good for Carter Boy. Simon O'Neill won't be too upset with third position though. We'll just jump up to race leader NGR Cutler. He comes around this final turn. He'll get another lap in. So it comes across the line, 20 seconds to spare. Carter Boy pulling more time over Simon O'Neill then in second. Still nowhere near an attack on NGR Cutler up front. So he comes across the line to start another lap, as does Simon O'Neill. Pav 46 just coming around this final turn. He will be the first of the finishers. Or will he? No, he won't, as one of the drivers has already gone round. But fourth position, Pav. He'll be happy with that. Zach Blackwell coming home in fifth then. Potter McPott and Luke Doherty kicking off behind. So Zach Blackwell comes home in fifth. Potter McPott, another handbrake across the line. Thank you for sixth. Luke Doherty seventh. Good battle at the end there, guys. Bigsy eighth. So his strategy not working out. His strategy being, I'm going to eat my tyres in the first 3 laps and then see if I can make them last. So Graham Reeds then, he's going to come home in 9th. He'll be happy as Larry with that, as will Thunder Rat. Oh, Dan trying to run massively fast around the outside, even taking the grass route, trying to take that position off of Thunder Rat, but comes home in 11th. Bajanski 12th. And we've lost Nugs at the end of that race as well, unfortunately. DNF for Nugsy Boy. There you go, Andrew Hurd. Yes, get in there, Carter Boy, 99. Luke Doctor, really hope you've seen what happened to me on pit. Yes, I did see what happened to you on pit entry. You missed the little noggin. It's like a, you know, the like distance markers on corners. There's like one of them on the outside. If you go past that, that's it. There's like an invisible wall there. I saw you bouncing off it at no miles an hour, Luke. Yes, I did see that. So we have got one more race for you guys, so hang about. I forget where it's from. But don't worry, because it will change and then everyone will know. It's a surprise for everyone. That's what I'm telling you. So when it changes, I'll go surprise. There you go. Where you going, Carter Boy? Got a race to race. Another race to race. Got a chance for your fans to give you more shout outs. So Dan just chucking up "oh" in one message, "my" in another message, "God" in another message. Not having the greatest of races tonight for Dan. Yeah, that's where the third race is from tonight. I believe it's Dragon Trail. I do like that track. There you go, Dragon Trail Seaside. So this race It's a half an hour. We were about a lap away from finishing it, and the lobby got shut for some reason. Stewie, you're a bad un. So where are you going, Simon? Huh? No, you're not. What? What? Get back in the room. Race to race, damn it. So who've we got left then? Blackwell 411, Cutler, Bigsy, Potter, Dan KBL, Pav 46, Pajonski shouldn't really still be in the lobby, but got me, I'm not racing, and Luke Doherty 94. Alright, so we've all got to dive on then quickly, so Cutler can sort this out. Carter boys rejoined the room, good. No, Luke, there's no qualifying. This will be reverse grid order from whatever the first race was on the night. So it'll be a 15-minute race that we had prior to this. On the night when we got kicked out, it'll be reverse grid order for that. There you go. Cutler just saying no reverse grid. So no quiffing that you've actually typed. Yeah, you and Potter had a good old little tussle through there. So we'll see what happens in race 2 there, or sorry, race 3. Ah, there you go. Don't think it was the first race of the season, but so I hope Pajonski's set his car settings to, if he's going to stick around at least, he's going to be a little bit lonely if he's running 150 brake and the other boys are running 220. They're just disappearing down the track and he's going, oi, come back here. He's putting that little mini through its paces though at Dragon Trail. I have picked up the moniker in some groups as the chicane master because of this. So just coming up here with Pajonski. Through the first bit nice and easy. It might be very easy in these minis, you're not actually running that quick. It's this second section, so just running through there. In the GR4s or GR3s, you're coming through there at a lot faster rate. A bit more difficult to get it right when you're under pressure in a race. So we'll see how these boys get on tonight. Looks like Pajonski's sticking around. See how close these drivers have to run to those walls, and that shot there just to be flicked over to NGR Cutler. That's just the exit of that chicane I was talking about. So it is basically a triangle, this track, with 3 varying difficulties of chicane on them. I suppose the third chicane is almost a bus stop, you would call it. Cutler getting the first of the chicanes wrong. we got coming up to that first chicane? Here we go, path 46 then, just leaving the pits. See if we can get a little quick on board. I don't think we can. Looks like Cutler's going to start the race. Pav then through the first chicane. On the power through the little kink. Down towards this easy right-hander. Full speed through there, cutting as much curb as possible. Hard on the brakes for the first of the hairpins. I'm going to call it a hairpin. Because it pretty much is. No, it's not, but it is. Boomila. As far as I know, we're all well Boomila. So that's the second of the chicanes that Pav's just gone through, nice and easy, as you can tell, just full power through those little turns. Down towards the second of the hairpins, hard on the brakes, about the 100-foot mark, 100-yard mark. And a little bit slow here though, and chucks himself in the pits. That doesn't help me do a lap guide, does it, Pav? Pav not even in the lobby anymore for some reason. There he is. So we've got Potter and Pot just going up to the next same section that Pav was coming through. Let's see if we can get a lap with Potter, the rest of the lap with Potter. Let's change that camera angle up back to this one. So coming down the hill, hard on the brakes into this second hairpin. Oh, Potter, what are you doing? Everyone's messing about. Stop it. Let's find a driver coming down to that. Maybe it's the hairpin that's doing it. Right. Let's try Pajonski. Hard on the brakes. Into the second hairpin. And he's made it all the way through. So run it wide on the outside through the first part of this bus stop. Again, nice and fast through the first couple of turns. Just got to be careful on this exit. You can see just dropping the power off through there. It's a lot tighter on the exit, clattering the wall on the way out for Pajonski. But yeah, some very difficult chicane, that one. And then all the way down towards this final hairpin. Again, not quite a hairpin, but may as well be. Across to collect the apex and then runs it out wide on the exit, and then down this big long start finish straight. And across the line. So 130.1 there for Pajonski. 3 seconds off of Luke Doherty's time at the minute. So 9 drivers on track still. Carter Boy now gone quicker, but again this is not a quali. Just a couple of laps practice for the guys to get in before we actually start race 3. This is the replay of the race we all got kicked out of. Yourself on track, Boomila. 220 brakes, stop messing about. There you go, Luke Doherty, Wales. It was your stream of the first race at the track. Yeah, there you go. Chunk of curb there for Carter Boy. So we are into race 3 of the evening. Half an hour around Dragon Trail Seaside. This is the reverse grid rerun that we got kicked out of. So I'm not sure of the race order myself at the minute. Carter Boy on pole position then for this race. Bigsy second, Cutler in third, Pav 46 in fourth, Potter Pot fifth, Zach sixth, Dan in seventh. Luke Doherty in 8th, Pajonski 9th, Bubilar in 10th. So the lights are on and they're away. It's a good start by Potter McPot. He's closing the gap on Cutler already. It's a big long run down to turn 1 as well. Let's get ourselves back to someone near the back as we head down towards this first turn. So this naughty chicane, this is the tightest of the 3. Everyone getting through there pretty cleanly at the minute. Nobody running wide on the exit. That's good to see. The GR3s, GR4s, guaranteed someone goes off first turn. 3 cars a lot bigger than these trying to get through the same gap. Pajonski just backing off the throttle there so as not to get involved into anyone's rear end as they come through this first of the hairpins then. So let's come out of that and see what's happening up front. Carter Boy then starting to move away a little bit. He's already got a second over second place Pav. Pot also got himself up into 3rd. Bigsy 4th, Dan in 5th. So not having a great start for Dan. Zach in 6th. Luke in 7th. Cutler now in 8th. Pajonski 9th. Bubilar 10th. So I don't know what settings Bubilar and Pajonski are running. So through chicane of death as it is also known. Through there cleanly. Has everyone got through there pretty cleanly at the minute? Yes, it looks like it. All 10 drivers through there. Zach Blackwell looks like he's not had the best of runs actually. Pajonski's managed to get himself passed up into 8th. So yeah, Zach clattered on the left hand side of his Mini. You can see that front corner just a little bit dented up. Whether that was on the, it looks like that was on the way out of that little bus stop. So Carter Boy had his gap back reduced back down to a 2nd. 46 and Potter McPot both closing up on him. Dan's back up into 4th then, got himself back past Bigsy. Oh, he's run himself wide through there, it's going to slow him down a little bit. Not enough to allow Bigsy to attack though. Then I wouldn't worry about the purple sectors, always happens on lap 2. Doherty right on NGR Cutler's tail then for 6th position as they head back up the hill out the 2nd of the chicanes over the brow then. Oh, Dan's run himself wide. He's on the sand on the exit of the fast chicane. It's easy to do on the exit. Doherty then going for a late move down the inside of Cutler. Cutler having to go a little bit out of his way to avoid contact. Holds on to that 6. Luke Doherty then slots himself right back in behind NGR Cutler. It can be difficult to be so close coming through these tight turns. You can see Luke Doherty just clattered the wall on the exit there as he's come through the exit. Lost a bit of time to Cutler as well. Blackwell back past Pajonski. Pajonski might go for a little bit of a move back down the inside. He's not done that. Dan's now left the room, not happy with his racing performance tonight by the look of it. So Zach back up into 7th then. Pajonski 8th. Bubilar still holding in there. 1.1 back in 9th now. Oh, where you going, Bubilar? It's a wall there, mate. So Carter Boy, gap reduced a little bit more. Oh, he's run himself wide through there. It's just where we've seen Dan go off. So the gap was down to 0.7 of a second. It did just extend. Back down to 0.7. Again, Carter Boy's run himself a little bit wide. So this is now the same setup as we had in the previous race. I tyre wear and fuel depletion on. Potter Pot rocking a set of softs at the minute, as is Carter Boy up front. That gap coming down. Sorry, Pav is rocking the softs on Potter. Potter is also rocking the softs, but I was on board with Pav when I said that. So Luke Doherty gets himself past Bigsy. Still not managed to keep that. Didn't get past Cutler yet though. So Bumilar's got himself up in the front of the Pro-Ams. Unless they're in the pro specs, I'm not too sure. Not that far off the pace, to be honest. So they might just be struggling with the extra pace they've got. What sort of lap times they're putting in? Bumilar's putting in 156, 158 for Bajonski. See what sort of times top man Carter Boys. Only 154. Looks like they are running the pro settings then. To be that far off with around a track this long, that shows me they're not running Pro-Am settings. So Carter Boy just holding on to this first place at the minute. Pav 46, Potter McPot right there with him still. Big gap developed back now to 4th place Cutler. 5 seconds. He's now coming under pressure from Luke Doherty, trying to run around the outside through the second chicane. Now goes for a switch back up the inside. Just has to tuck himself back into Cutler's slipstream. Bigsy losing more time again. Again, we're only into lap 4. Bigsy's devastated his racing softs. Let's just flick up to Cutler. He's on the set of racing super softs. Run wide, maybe a little bit of contact between himself and Luke. I didn't catch it, but possibly. I'm saying that Luke Doherty's softs are pretty worn out as well. Also though, so now Zach Blackwell to close up on him as well. Hard on the brakes for Zach then, closing up on Bigsy in front. Bigsy's already in the pits then. Who else is in? Carter Boy's in. Zach follows Bigsy in, tries to cover him off. So Pav 46 stops out, Potter McPot stops out also. A bit of fuel on board for Pav, same amount for Potter McPot, pretty much very similar tyre wear between the two. Potter actually running slightly less fuel than Pav, hoping to maybe do a bit of fuel saving behind him. So Cutler stopped out as well on the super softs. He's done a great job of not putting too much pressure on those. Stopped out as well. Carter Boy back out the pits. A fresh set of racing softs. He's gone for just under a full tank as well for Carter Boy. Now 26 seconds back from race leader Pav. Pav actually holding fastest lap of the race, 154.4, but Potter's just got past him, take race lead. Pav's coming back at him though, side by side through this second chicane, second hairpin. So Pav back up into P1 then. Side by side as they head down towards the bus stop. Who's going to win out here? Potter McPot just keeps himself in front then. Some good battling going on between the two MRC drivers. Potter just getting the exit of that wrong. Losing the tail end of that Mini, which caused Pav to almost lose the tail end of his Mini. Kept on track though, a little bit of collision with the wall, but he's back up into P1. Now into the pits. Potter's following him in. So Cutler's got to come in, he's got no fuel on board. So Carter Boy and Boomilar just coming around this final turn then. Boomilar's got to stop. He's out of fuel as well. So let's see where Pav, Potter and Cutler come out in relation to Carter Boy, who stopped a lap earlier. So he does take P1 on screen as he passes the pit entrance. So he does stop out, he is quicker. He's kept that P1 position. Pav now gets released from the pits into second position. Luke Doherty comes through to take third. Potter McPot slots out into fourth position. A little bit off the back end of Luke and Pav at the minute as well. So Zach Blackwell, he's in fifth currently, 1.7 down from Potter. Just over half a tank on board. He's gone for the super soft this stint as Zach. See if he can make those work for him. He's got Cutler right behind him though on a fresh set of racing super softs as well. He's holding a little bit more fuel as Cutler. His car will be slightly heavier. We'll see how he gets on versus Zach Blackwell. He does know how to preserve his tyres though, Cutler. Keeps plenty of life in those super softs. So Biggsy then comes out in 7th position. He's gone for the racing hards. Interesting choice. We'll see how he gets on with those. He's being pressured by Pajonski at the minute. Pajonski looking to go on the outside. Biggsy going defensive. Pajonski just drives straight around the outside of him, so that's the difference between the softs and the hards there. Pajonski having to compromise his line on the way in, but still able to drive right around the outside of Biggsy. So Biggsy pushed down into 8th now. Both drivers keeping it out of the wall. Boomilar in 9th. So a bit off the pack at the minute, 11.9 seconds down. So back up to race leader, Carter Boy, 6.3 second lead over Luke Doherty in, I was going to say second, but Pav just comes through in the first chicane to take that position off him. Side by side down the start finish straight then. That's allowed Potter McPot to close up on these two as well, having their little fight. Zach is only just over 2 seconds back from this fight as well. Still got Cutler pressuring him though, both these drivers on the super softs. Zach's already smashing those to bits at the minute. They're not going to last too long at all. I think he came in 10 minutes in. Cutler trying to make a bit of a move, just maybe pressure Zach Blackwell into a mistake. Say both these drivers on the super soft tyres. So they should be quicker, but they will wear out a lot quicker. So Pav 46 then, he's got himself past Luke Doherty again. They have battled it out through that chicane section. Potter McPot then now trying to get that move done on Luke Doherty. Try and not let Pav disappear down the road. They are still fighting for position. Luke Doherty's on the super softs. Potter McPot on the soft behind him. Does Potter go for a late move down the inside into the final turn? No, he's gone for the deep apex. Not worked for him though at the minute. He's got a slightly better run out. Side by side then. Unfortunately, Luke's going to have the better run into the chicane. Let's Potter get a move done. No, Luke Doherty goes defensive then as they come up to the chicane. Pav 46 just taking it easy through there. That's allowed Luke Doherty to close back up on him. Potter McPot still right there, so good battle for second, third and fourth kicking off here. We're a little off that pack at the minute, 3.2 seconds back. He's managed to get himself past Zach Blackwell though. sorts of pressure on those super softs. Back up to Cutler's. It looks like he's not long put them on. It was a few laps ago. So Zach pushed down into 6th then. Pajonski in 7th. Biggsy's in the pits. He's decided he's had enough of those hards already. So Pajonski 7th. Bumila in 8th. Bigsy might not be having his tyres changed. So Carter Boy then still 6.5 seconds out front. Nice and cleanly through chicane of death. Pav, Potter and Luke Doherty still bumper to bumper through here. Pav holding on to that 2nd place. Luke Doherty 3rd, Potter McPot 4th. Again, Potter going to that different line through this turn to try and get the run on Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty's going to have the toe off Pav 46 though. It's going to make it difficult for Potter to make a move. Doherty might make a move on Pav 46 though as they come down towards the chicane. Looks like he's going to have a go. So he has got himself up the inside into the chicane. Can he keep it on track? He does. Pav goes for a little bit of a run back on him. Can he get himself down the inside into the hairpin? Doesn't look like he can at the minute. Doherty then holds on to 2nd. Pav pushed down into 3rd. Potter McPot still 4th. And real tight racing between these three. So Cutler 2 seconds back from 4th position Potter at the minute. Those three keep fighting, he'll close right up on them. So Zach Blackwell been dropped a little bit now, 5 seconds back from NGR Cutler in that 5th position. The racing super softs had the life taken out of them now. So should see Zach Blackwell in. He's still got a bit of fuel on board. Will he run into fuel? I don't know. Pajonski then holding on to 7th. 13 seconds back from Zach Blackwell. He's got a good 16 seconds over Bumila, and yeah, it looks like Bigsy's sitting the rest of this one out. So Carter Boy extending his lead then, 7.3 seconds. These three still fighting it out for that 2nd position. Potter McPot going for a late dive, trying to get down the middle of Pav and Luke, able to get it done. Luke coming in the pits now then, those racing super softs about dead. So Pav retakes 2nd position, Potter McPot's 3rd. These two both holding plenty of fuel as well. A little bit of wear on those softs, or a fair chunk of wear on those softs. But they have managed to pull a bit more time over Cutler. Cutler stopped out on those super softs. He's now losing time to Potter and Pav in front. There's a big gap back to 5th position Pajonski. Again, looks like he'll have to pit. He's got less than a quarter of a tank on. 11.5 minutes remaining of this race. Luke Doherty comes out of the pits then. Another set of racing super softs. He's gone for just under a full tank. Let's see if he can make those super softs last till the end of the race. So Zach in 7th, he's come out with a fresh set of super softs as well, gone for just under a full tank. And Bumila on the mediums, just under half a tank for Bumila. Yeah, Bigsy definitely not participating in the end of this one. So pulling out more time for Carter Boy, 8.7 seconds, having a great race here tonight at Dragon Trail. A little bit of contact with the wall on the exit there. Plenty of time to play with at the minute. He's got 9.2 seconds over Pav currently. So what's happened to Potter McPot? Potter McPot's got it wrong somewhere. He's out of that fight now with Pav 46. Big dent on the front of his Mini. Cutler's got past him as well. He's Now 3.2 seconds back from NGR. Cutler. Carter Boy in the pits now then. Lap 10 for Carter Boy. Cutler comes in the pits also. Pav 46 stops out. What does Potter do? Potter comes in the pits as well. So changes his strategy from Pav 46's. They were running the same kind of time, tyre and fuel combo. But now out of that fight with Pav, now looking to stick with Cutler. Carter Boy then sticks himself in second. Pav, like I say, he's stopped out, but he will have to pit. Those softs had the life beaten out of him. He's got 15.9 seconds over Carter Boy at the minute. That gap will come down pretty quickly. So Luke Doherty comes out the pits with those super softs. He's back up into third position. 5 seconds down from Carter Boy at the minute. 7.2 over Potter McPott in fourth. Potter McPott getting himself back out in front of Cutler. So Cutler taking on just over 3/4 of a tank, maybe a little bit too much. He's gone for the super soft again though. Potter McPott on the softs. Taking on board less fuel. So again, it'll be interesting to see how Cutler and Potter get on. So Zach closed that gap up a little bit. 3.7 seconds now. Was 5. Bumilar 8 seconds off Zach. Johnsky's coming for a fresh set of racing softs. Bumilar stopped out on the mediums. 8.7. Let's keep an eye on that, see whether Bajonski can close him down. Interesting to see whether Bumilar decides to try and run to the end of the race on those tyres. He'll have to put fuel in, I think, so he may as well come in for tyres. Let's see how he gets on through the chicane of death while we're here. No pressure. No pressure, Bumilar, if you're listening, watching. Yeah, so letting off the throttle through there. Wise move. Back up front, Pav 46 then on those absolutely beaten up set of racing softs. Still holds top spot, 12.4 over Carter Boy, so lost 2.5 seconds already. Carter Boy on that fresh set of racing softs. Again, another second out of Pav. So Luke Doherty still holding third. Racing super softs already starting to look a little bit worn out. Potter McPott fourth. He's managed to fend off any attack from NGR Cutler at the minute. Only 1.1 seconds back at the minute is Cutler. 2 now. So Zach kept the gap at 3. He's lost a tenth, maybe a tenth or two. Gap at 3.9. It was 3.7. Racing super softs for Zach. Should have plenty of fuel to run to the end. Let's see if he can make those tyres last. 6.5 minutes remaining. Bajonski 7th then on the racing softs. Bumilar on those mediums. Bumilar's coming for a full tank of fuel. I don't know why you would do that, Bumilar. So Pav into the pits this lap then, no fuel on board. Only an 8-second lead over Carter Boy, so lost a lot of time on that lap. Carter Boy's going to come through and retake race lead. Luke Doherty is going to stop out on those super softs, half a tank, plenty to go. Potter McPott and Cutler side by side. So it looks like Cutler's won out at the minute. Potter McPott's trying to run side by side and hold on to that line into the first chicane. Cutler just putting in a purple lap there as well, fastest lap of the race, 1:53.8. So they've caught right back up with Pav 46 then after his stop. So 3rd, 4th and 5th then. Carter Boy looking quite comfortable at the minute, 4.7 seconds, plenty of tyre wear and plenty of fuel on board as well. Doherty second then. Racing Super Soft starting to look a little bit worn out. But 7 seconds, nearly 8 seconds over third place, Pav 46. These three starting to split up a little bit now. Pav 46 in third then, just about a second over Cutler. Cutler's got about a second over Potter now. Cutler's on those Super Softs. So just able to throw his car a bit harder into these turns. Run it a bit faster, the tyres will wear out quicker. 4.5 minutes remaining. Can Cutler close back up on Pav 46? Can Potter McPot close that gap back down? He's just lost a few tenths on that last lap as Potter. He's lost another tenth there as well then. So 6th place, Zach Blackwell picking up a penalty. He's also nearly 8 seconds down off Potter McPot at the minute. He's got a good 16 seconds over Pajonski, so he's just got to try and keep it on track and drop that penalty. So Pajonski 7th then. Nothing to worry about either side. 16 seconds in front, 21 seconds back to Boumilar. Yeah, Boumilar's going to run the rest of the race on those mediums. Taking on board far too much fuel though, Boumi. So Carter Boy, 6 seconds. Luke Doherty in second then. Almost 6 seconds himself over Pav, 5.3. So Pav's pulled 3.8 over Potter McPot, then getting back past Cutler. Not sure whether Cutler's got it wrong somewhere, but Potter McPot's back up into 4th. Cutler then in 5th. All the work to do to try and get back past Potter. Can he stick with him and get a run down into this second hairpin? So on board with Potter McPot, we watch NGR Cutler slowly closing in, using that slipstream coming over the brow of the hill. Potter McPot going defensive, those going to make NGR Cutler run wide if he's going to take that position. He's still holding that defensive line at the minute, Potter, as they head down towards this chicane. Cutler's though trying to run him around the outside. A little bit of contact into the wall then. Cutler and Potter getting entangled. I'm not sure Potter will be too happy about that. Whether Cutler gives his position back, I'm not too sure. Not looking like he's going to. So Carter Boy then, 11.4 seconds, very comfortable. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. That's just about, he's already got across the line a few seconds ago, so he might get another lap in for Carter Boy. Luke Doherty then coming under all sorts of pressure from Pav 46 at the minute. The Super Softs looking absolutely worn out on Luke Doherty's car. Pav 46 is also gone for the Super Softs. Plenty of life left on those, just trying to drop that penalty through there. Can he get the run on Luke Doherty into the first of the hairpins? Still trying to lose his penalty, that's gone now. Bob, evening mate, how you doing? Luke Doherty held on to second. Pav 46 doing all sorts to try and get past Luke Doherty here. He's got to stick with him, try and get the run down towards the hairpin. Always up the inside though, through the chicane. Side by side with Luke Doherty through there as they come up and over the hill as well. Luke Doherty's still just going to have the inside line, but he's a little bit quicker. Pav's had to drop back into third. This is all allowing NGR Cutler to slowly close up on him. Here's Racing Super Soft taking a bit of a beating though. Potter McPot now 2.4 seconds back, so his soft's starting to fall away a little bit now. Zach 7.6 seconds back, so he's pulled a few tenths back on Potter. Still nothing to worry about from behind. 15.4 seconds. Yeah, Carter Boy's pulled a blinder. Bajonski in 7th then, and Bumilar now 30 seconds off Bajonski in 8th. Yeah, Big C's way out of this one. Old Carter Boy then, 12.8 seconds up front. 3 seconds remaining on the clock, so he's going to be the only person to get a lap in. Pav's got himself past Luke Doherty then. He takes 2nd position. Luke Doherty takes 3rd. Handbrake across the line. Cutler comes home in 4th. Potter McPot takes 5th. No handbrake for Potter this time. Zach Blackwell. What are you doing, Zach? Zach, what are you doing? Zach is the end of the race, Zach. Comes home in 6th through the pit lane. You'll get all sorts of penalties for that. Bajonski's going to come home in 7th then. So racing in the Pro-Ams earlier tonight. He's jumped up into Pros for this one. Bumilar is going to come home in 8th. So he's just going to get himself around this final turn. And Big Z obviously sitting the end of this one out. So Carter Boy then. Let me just stick with Bumilar. Let's not be naughty and not watch him cross the line. That would be naughty. We've watched everyone else. You better make it good now, Bumilar. Oh, Bumilar was expecting like a pirouette or something, backflip. Comes home in 8th then, Bumilar. So Carter Boy then, the only man to get the extra lap out. He's had a good night tonight as Carter Boy. He's taken a comfortable win here tonight. He's had a couple of good races earlier on as well, taking a win. So through this final turn then for Carter Boy, he'll be happy as Larry with tonight. So through that final little kink then, chucks himself over to pit lane, give his pit crowd a bit of a shout, crosses the line then to take 1st place. So yeah, this is the rerun of one of the early rounds that we got kicked out of. So Carter Boy then taking race win here at Dragon Trail Seaside. Pav 46 just getting past Luke Doherty at the end of this race, taking 2nd. Luke Doherty's super softs not playing ball at the end of that one. That's a bit of a shame. So Cutler coming home in 4th, Potter 5th. I think that's right. Oh, wrong one. I was right. Carter Boy taking the win then. Pav taking 2nd, Luke Doherty 3rd, Cutler 4th, Potter 5th, Zach in 6th, Bajonski 7th, Bumilar 8th, and Big Z in 9th. So that is it from the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup for this season. It's been a good one again. It's been really good. I do hope you like what you've watched. As you can see, there's a couple of people in there saying they've joined because of the stream, so hopefully you know, telling your mates and telling your mums kind of works a little bit. Must do something. See what's happening in the chat. Everyone seems quite happy. Let's see if Potter McPot curses out anybody for the collision. There's all sorts of chatter going on. Ah, right. Yes. Okay, that'll be it. So a little bit of controversy. So yeah, that's the 3rd race of the evening tonight. Again, that's the end of the CHewitt Racing season at the minute. That was round 10, the finals. I'm not sure when it's back at the minute. No start date for the next season. A few changes going on at Next Gen Racing, so we'll see what happens. I myself am back Wednesday night, 8:30 again for the final round of the Next Gen Racing Team versus Team event. So you will see Potter McPotts, and is Pav 46 in that one? Yes, he is. You will see him and Potter racing in that. NGR Cutler also races in the Pro-Ams. So that's Wednesday at 8:30. I'll be streaming that live. The Pro-Ams will be live on ADG's channel, so go and check that out as well. Thursday for the GR2s with the P1 boys. So that is 9 o'clock start. 2 races again there, 15-minute quali and 2 20-minute races. And that's it for now. 22nd is the race of winners, but that's a week or so away. I think that's going to be a Wednesday. So that's all the winners of things like this, the next gen race in CHewitt Mini Cooper Cup, the team versus team, all those sorts of things, all the Monday night tourers and stuff that's running, all those first and second places get put into the race of winners race. So that's the 22nd. And the new P1 season of Sunday night N300s, so it's old Scoobies and Mitzies and Supras and things like that. That's Sunday night 9 o'clock starting on the 12th of July, so come and check that out. Let's see what's going on. No problem, mate. No problem at all, Mark. No problem at all. Almost a lap or two less. Yeah, your tyres were just falling off a little bit there, Luke. Stewie, nice, mate. Cheers for stopping in. Good night. Hope you're sort of starting to feel better and, you know, going through all your chemo and stuff. Can't be easy for you. But you know where we are. So yeah, no problem, Mark. Yeah. There you go. So that's my lineup. 8:30 on Wednesday for the next gen racing. 9 o'clock for the GR2s with the P1 boys. And the race of winners on the 22nd, and the 12th of July is the start of the N300s with P1 on Sundays. Come check them out. So if you have liked what you watched, give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.